Hello everyone, it's Darkseeker here again, bringing you another Hearthstone video, and this time we're looking at Tempo Mage on the ladder, and it's a deck made by a player called I think I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Ponyhoff, who's a popular streamer, so do look him up. He very entertaining streamer, does play some quite innovative decks, likes to experiment, try different things out, and this is his Tempo Mage, and it looks like a relatively standard Tempo Mage. You see the usual spells in there, in terms of arcane missiles, Mana Wyrm, mirror image, so some early spell synergy there. Flame Waker, obviously. There's one spell slinger. You've got duplicate, counterspell, and mirror entity, so one copy of each secret. You've got Ethereal Conjurer, the Archmage, and now, of course, the most interesting addition is Toshley, who gives you a spare part as a battle cry when he arrives on the board, and a spare part when he dies as a death rattle. So that's more fuel for the Flame Waker, more fuel for the Archmage, more fuel for the Mana Wyrms. So this deck is all about fuel, and it's about surprise. It's about using those secrets to surprise your opponents. Counterspell is not often expected. Duplicate is really interesting if you can pull off the timing on it for a big minion. So we're going to give this deck a try and just showcase a couple of very, very interesting games that I encountered. So let's head into the games, and let's not forget we've got Unstable Portal in this as well, which can offer you some really, really interesting value, depending on what legendary minions you could potentially draw, or what crap, terrible minions could also be drawn from the Unstable Portal.
Jaina versus Malfurion.
Okay, heading into the first game.
You asked.
And it's a druid. Now, is it aggro druid? Is it mid-range druid? What kind of druid is it? And that's the question to ask. I'm keeping the portal. I'm getting rid of everything else. I'm looking for Mad Scientist. Did not get Mad Scientist, but I got a Mana Wyrm. That could combo well with the Unstable Portal. Not sure if I want my Mana Wyrm duplicated, though. That's something I need to think about. Oh, here comes the Innovate play. Showed him next round. Wow. Okay, that's really bad for me. That's really, really bad. So that shade is going to keep growing and growing and growing. And it'll all add up, because when it comes to turn 9 and he wants to play his combo, that shade is going to hit me for quite a bit. Unless I can kill it in the next couple of turns. Of course, it's all going to depend on whether he reveals the shade or whether he keeps it hidden. But I'm really conscious of the combo for turn 9, which does 14 damage to my face, and so I need to keep my health total up. And as a Tempo Mage, I don't run healing. I don't run anti-heal bot, for instance. He is scared of that Mana Wyrm. So interestingly, he's keeping the shade hidden, and he's attacking with his hero power. Really interesting. Okay. Scientist is good. We want to flush out that last secret from our deck. It is Mirror Entity. We unfortunately have 2 secrets in hand, so we may as well play the Mad Scientist just to get the Mirror Entity out of the deck. He has nothing to do, so he's going to hero power again. That's actually quite good for me. That's really good for me. Okay. So I have the coin. I could coin out the Shredder, or I could just play on curve and play a secret. Do I want to just play the counter spell, get it out of the way? That's an interesting thing to consider here. But once again, I'm conscious of my health total. Because look, that shade is just growing and he's not revealing it. I mean, in theory, he could keep it hidden until turn 8 or turn 9 and, just absolutely wipe me out with the combo. So,
Pay attention,
there's the
class.
Violet Teacher. So he's potentially thinking of a spell on the next turn. That would be good for me because of counterspell being up. Interesting, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know it's counterspell. He could be thinking it's effigy. Maybe that's why he didn't kill the Mana Wyrm. I don't know. This is interesting. A bit of a chess game now with the Druid. Do I just play the Shredder on curve? Or do I go for the Flamewaker? Because I can coin out the portal. And that will get me some value, even though it's going to die on the next turn. Because he'll trade, he'll kill the Flamewaker without question. But am I going to get any more value out of this Flamewaker anytime soon? The safer play would have been the Shredder. But we may as well get value, play the portal, get a minion on board, and trade. That worked out really well, because now all he's left with is the Shade on board, and I'm preventing Violet Teacher value. So when he casts spells, the Violet Teacher will spawn minions. We're preventing that from happening. Okay, so this is a pretty good board for me. There's the counter spell, thankfully. It really, really paid off. Now he has to reveal the Shade. The Flamewaker did work there. It did its job. Sure, it died, but it did its job. It helped me to kill a minion, and it helped to reveal the Shade. That's really good. Now I've got a direct trade that I can make. The question is, what do I play here? Well, I guess I play the Shredder, right?
It's a deal.
And we have Mirror Entity in play. This is quite exciting. Please give me something big.
I must safeguard the land.
I'll take that. I'll take that. That's fine. That's not a bad minion. It's got 4 health. Sure, whatever. I've slowed the Druid down. Notice I'm at 30 health. He hasn't been able to damage me. He's running out of cards. I'm pondering Toshley here. Show them no mercy. And, well, yeah, sure, we'll go face. He has to deal with Toshley. Toshley's a really interesting minion because he has 7 health. That is super difficult to kill. I mean, look at this. Toshley will kill the Ancient of Law and survive. I mean, that's pretty good, right? So now I can just double trade here, right? I can trade into the Ancient of Law. I can trade into the Keeper with my Keeper. And I play duplicate. Now, I wouldn't mind having either one of those minions duplicated. I have a strong feeling he's going to kill one of them on this turn using a spell or some form of charge effect. Maybe Druid of the Claw in charge form. No, you don't do that, do you? You play Druid of the Claw as a taunt. But yeah, maybe Wrath. Maybe... Oh, Emperor. Right, interesting. He was testing for another mirror entity, perhaps, or maybe he wasn't. Wait, he's just tanked Toshley. Moonfire, really? This druid runs Moonfire. Wait, did he get that off of something? No. Is this a Malygos druid? Okay. Right. Does that mean he has Malygos in his hand and that he's just got an Emperor discount on Malygos? Right, that 3-2 is not bad. It can't be targeted. And here comes Toshley again. So we've got triple Toshley now as a result of duplicate. So we played a Toshley. We've got 2 back. Wow, he's hero powering. Does that mean he has nothing? Okay. Right, he puts me down to 29, and he does nothing. This must be a Malygos druid then. That hand must be full of spells that he's trying to save for my face. I'm very confused here. Huh.
I wonder.
Right, so what do you do here? I mean, I guess we protect Toshleys. We protect the Toshleys. Never thought I'd be saying that. I guess we protect them with the taunts, right? In case he tries to use combo now to kill off my board. Although even then, both Toshleys have 7 health. Trying to kill them off is more or less impossible. To kill both of them off. So, yeah, an easy win. An easy win against a Moonfire Druid. Okay. So, the power of this deck with Toshley. I've never played Toshley in Tempo Mage before, and you don't see it often played by pro players either on stream. It's one of these cards that fell out of favour for some reason. Maybe looked at as being slightly too expensive, I don't know. But it's worked out incredibly well for me so far. Heading into the next game now, we're going up against a Paladin, and we've got a really good opening hand. That's the kind of opening hand you want to see in Tempo Mage.
Hello.
Mana Wyrm with a coin, with a portal, with an apprentice, with a scientist, that's not good. But we do have 3 secrets to this deck, and actually Mirror Entity could work out for us, depending on what he does. I mean, Paladin early game is ridiculously strong, shielded mini-bots, knife jugglers, and so on. Maybe he'll play into a Mirror Entity at some point. But anyway, the mini-bot is super annoying. It has a shield. That shield is going to be very hard to remove without hurting my own minions. I mean, I could ping it, but I value board presence. So, we're just going to go face and put the scientist down. He can attack into my scientist if he wants, or he can attack my Mana Wyrm. He can't kill my Mana Wyrm with 1 attack. So he's going to get a value trade on the scientist, and that's fine because it's going to get a secret out of my deck. Fine. We get duplicate. Maybe not the secret I was after. I think I was after counterspell there. Okay, so we're going to get double Mana Wyrm back. Well, actually, that may not be a bad thing because we've got spells to activate it. So that may not be a bad thing. I could just play the apprentice here. We'll coin to buff the Mana Wyrm. We'll ping and trade. That's efficient. He's now going to kill the apprentice, which is absolutely fine. In fact, I'd prefer duplicate apprentice rather than duplicate Mana Wyrm, just because my spells become cheaper. And that helps to activate the Flame Waker more cheaply later on. So let's see where this goes. Knife Juggler is a threat. Coghammer with 1 weapon charge is also a threat. So we need to consider what we do here. We could Shredder, which is on curve. Alternatively, we can play the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Maybe one of them. Or even both of them. I'm not sure here. If we play both, our spells are discounted, right? So we can do 2 free spells. That's terrible. That's what I was alluding to earlier. Unstable Portal can give you the very best of minions, and it can give you the very worst of minions. It just gave me a wisp. I mean, come on. That just made Portal terrible value. I paid 2 to get a wisp, really. Okay. Keeper of Alderman, really, really good card. Tremendously good card. It's now a card you see played in most Paladin decks. Most mid-range and most Secrets Paladins do play Keeper of Alderman now. It's an annoying minion as well, because it's a 3/4. It's a 3/4 that's, well, now 3/3. But it's, look, it's annoying, you see. the 4 health makes it difficult to tackle in the early game, unless you trade a big minion into it. So it trades cleanly with the Shredder, for example, which is quite annoying. Okay, this is looking bad for me. It's looking less bad for me now, actually. You see, arcane missiles can be a massive swing. You know, I could have pinged a 1-1 there, but no, I'll play the Shredder. Yeah, so arcane missiles can be a massive swing for you in terms of just taking down the Paladin Silverhand recruits. He can kill the Shredder now, but he'd have to tank. He'd have to tank it with his weapon, and I'm okay with him doing that because it's 4 to the face, and I get a minion out of it.
Let me think.
I'd rather have the Shredder on board as opposed to having one less Silverhand recruit on board. Oh, follow the rules. Fine, that's not a bad minion to get. This is mid-range Paladin, so this at this point in the game, he's going to have these high-value minions, right? So getting mirror entities on them is not a bad thing. Okay, so we could play Antonidas, but it would just die horribly. Oh, Doomsayer! Wow! Ha! How interesting. Okay. He has to kill the Doomsayer if he wants to preserve his board. The Doomsayer is essentially tanking 7 damage here. And I don't care if the scientist dies. What? Oh, right, he's going to kill it, sure. Okay. That would have been interesting had he not killed it. Now, Toshley. We have to navigate this very, very carefully. The Paladin is currently favoured. Double Doomsayer! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Oh, wow. Well played, sir. Yes, well played. No, I did nothing there. That was just RNG. Of all the cards that could have come out of that Shredder, we got the Doomsayer twice. Oh, wow. And it's just negated all of his value from Tyrion. Well, he gets the weapon, but... And he's putting a zombie chow on board. Okay. Oh, to test for mirror entity, sure. Okay, but the mid-range Paladin is refueling the board. He's refueling the board, and I'm nearly dead. Ah, interesting. So, let's start building the spare parts now. I think that's our only way of winning. Well, I was going to say use the spare parts for Antonidas, but we could freeze the Juggler or the Shredder. No, we freeze the Shredder because it's the most threatening minion with attack. Okay, that works out. Mirror image is saved for Antonidas. When Toshley dies, it gives me a spare part. Antonidas should be able to get me 2 fireballs, hopefully. Okay. I assume he's going to kill Toshley here.
Reporting for duty.
I mean, he's mid-range, right? No. 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 Oh. Go face. Huh. Okay. Alright. We're in trouble. But we can kill the Chow and get 5 health, right? And we can taunt up. That is why, in the late game, a zombie Chow is the biggest liability you can have. The biggest liability, sure, it's just absorbed an attack. It's protected his minions, it's protected his face. But I'm up to 14. And do you require my assistance? Antonidas is on the board. He's a heavy hitter. We've just now got to decide how best to protect him. Mirror image is the best bet. Alternatively, we could try and torch the Shredder, maybe.
What to do?
No. Mirror image is the best bet. And we get to ping. So important and so good. There we go. That's a board. 2 legendaries facing down the mid-range Paladin. That's a board. And you see, in this situation... Oh, right, I was going to say mirror image protects me. And actually it does, because that was counterspell. We win this game on the back of counterspell. Seriously? You going face? Oh, he has no choice. He's dead. Antonidas has just tanked a whole load of knives from the juggler and is still at 5 health. Oh, 4 health. Okay. Yeah, we win. 2 legendaries with 5 attack. That's 10. Open fire and then double fireball to the face. Antonidas says, aha, and yeah, we win. A lot of RNG coming through in that game as well, I think. And, you know, what would have happened if we'd had better portal value? You know, what would happen if we'd got something huge out of portal? It's interesting, that game. It's just really interesting. But we prevailed. We survived. Double Doomsayer also helped us too. What would have happened if we'd not had Double Doomsayer? These are all things to think about. That's one of the nice things about Tempo Mage. It is all about the RNG. Now, this next game looks like a mech mage to me. We do not want to keep a mech on board. So we are going to ping it. And he just pings me. Aha. Scientist is really good. Is there any value in the apprentice, though? Just to cheapen those spells. Huh. Because counterspell will cost 2 next turn. I'm gonna go with the apprentice. And the reason is next turn I can play Mana Wyrm counterspell. This is quite okay. I was gonna say this is quite an unconventional play from me. I usually would have gone. Oh, it is Mech Mage. I usually would have gone with the Scientist, but I was hoping to get value from the spells. It's okay. It's alright. Yeah, maybe it was the wrong play. Yeah. It's fine though. We can counter his Shredder with a Fireball, or with our own Shredder, potentially. Or we can just Portal here. See what we get. Go on. Alright, that's not bad. Because we can ping and go face. And now, whatever he trades the Shredder into, it dies. That's good value, as far as I'm concerned. This was good. Next turn, we have Counterspell, we have the Scientist, we have a Shredder, we have the Conjurer, or we have a Fireball. So we have lots of options next turn. The Conjurer would be playing on curve. Is he going to trade? He's just used a Frostbolt. Oh, he is going to trade. Okay, sure. I can ping that. Or do I want to ping it? No. Who's going to counterspell? We'll trade the Scientist in later. It's not a problem. I value the counterspell. Or at least setting it up. We certainly can't play the Flame Waker on a board like this, so he was testing for Mirror Entity. Yeah, it was smart of him, and now he's got Double Shredder on board. Interesting. Okay. Okay, ship's cannon. Lorewalker Cho. Oh dear. Oh dear. This game just got really, Really interesting. Lorewalker, oh, he's going to give me a spell. Okay, so every time you cast a spell, for those of you that are not familiar with the Lorewalker, he will give you a copy of that spell. He'll give your opponent a copy of that spell. So, counterspell just wrecked him with Arcane Intellect. He's just given me Arcane Intellect, but I can't use Arcane Intellect because I don't want to give him a copy of Arcane Intellect. Did that all make sense? Yeah, so Lorewalker Cho is annoying. Really, really annoying. So he can't. Well, I say he can't cast spells either. He did give me an Arcane Intellect, but he's going to be severely restricted with what he can do now. But I'm restricted too. Mirror Entity gives me the Mana Wyrm, which is useless because we're not going to be casting spells. So I guess that's a good shout from him. I can kill the Chow though. I can kill it. Or Cho. Is it a Chow or a Cho? How do we pronounce that? Flame Strike? You're giving me Flame Strike? What? Really? 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 I guess he just was desperate to get rid of my board. Sure.
You want it?
Alright. Let's just get some more... Oh. Hello. Do we want the Pyroblast? Yes, we do.
Wanted, dead or alive.
That's not bad. Okay, sure. We should be able to remove... Avenging Wrath! You're giving me an Avenging Wrath. What are you hoping to accomplish? Oh, you want to kill my board. You're killing my board at the expense of giving me these spells. And you're giving me a spare part too. Wait, you're trying to mill me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, you're trying to mill me, aren't you? No, I don't think... No. Huh. Okay, we're in trouble. We're close to dying. He may just be able to kill me with the spells that he has in hand. So it's time to cast some spells.
The Fire Lord.
I don't mind giving him a coolant. Go on. No. Okay. We're not going to give him any more. We're not going to give him any more ammunition. We can ping off the Mana Wyrm next turn. Of course, I've just realised that Lorewalker Cho is not bad for him, really, because he's a mech mage. He's not a tempo mage. He plays mechs. That's his ammunition. My ammunition is spells. Okay, let's give him the Flame Strike. It doesn't matter if he Flame Strikes me, because I've got other things I can do. I've got lots of spells. I have Ysera. Oh dear. This has got to be the craziest Tempo Mage game I've played, really. Let's just play stuff, right? All of this damage, by the way, is important. People would say, well, Arcane Missiles, you only play it when you have lethal or when you're trying to clear minions off a board. I need to damage him down because I'm scared for my health total. He's going to Flame Strike 1 minion. Actually, that's a sound play because the Flame Waker represents a massive, massive threat. But look what I have. I have Pyroblast. I have Avenging Wrath. I have Ysera. What we're doing here is we're putting him down into Pyroblast range. I really want to play Ysera, but no. We're just going to kill him next turn, providing he can't kill us. That's the question. Are those 2 spells in his hand enough to kill us? No, they're not. He's dead. Could I just troll him here and just play Ysera for the sake of it, and then play Mirror Image? No. We'll take the win. Boom. Wow. What a game. What a game. Okay, now, heading into our next game. By the way, this Tempo Mage as a class can be very inconsistent. You'll win some games, you'll lose some games, and often it comes down to RNG. I think if you want a more consistent class to play, you're better off with something like Hunter or Paladin. Tempo Mage is very RNG centric, so that is something to bear in mind if you do choose to play this class. Sometimes you just get screwed by RNG and it'll frustrate you to no end. Anyway, this last game that we're showcasing, let's get into it. It's against a Hunter, and the question is it a mid-range or is it a face Hunter? Right, we have a good early start. We have the Mana Wyrm. Now, if it's a face hunter, he may play a Leper Gnome. We can either trade, or we can Arcane Missiles, or we can ping. So we have options here. Flame Waker will be really good again if it's a face hunter, providing you have the spells to go with it. So, right, let's see what he does. If it's a face hunter, we can expect something interesting to come down. Yes, Leper Gnome. So it's either hybrid or it's a face hunter. My money is on face hunter. I mean, we're sort of we're rank 4. We're playing at rank 14, right? So my money is face hunter. Notice the Leper Gnome dying has done 2 damage to us. For the face hunter, it's all about the damage, and it's all about getting your opponent down as quickly as possible. So here, we're just going to duplicate, and the reason is, against the face hunter, the Mana Wyrm's a really good minion. That 3 health represents an ability to trade effectively with minions on his board. And survive in the process. So he's going to kill it. Face hunters don't usually trade, but he's going to kill it, right? Yeah, he is. Interesting. Little does he know, I have a Flame Waker, and I have Arcane Missiles in my hand. Alternatively, I could just Mana Wyrm here. I could get... Yeah, let's do this. And we'll ping. I could have played both Mana Wyrms there, and I could have played both missiles, but I didn't want to play too much too soon. I want to keep some stuff back because he's going to refill that board, and I need fuel. Okay, for my Mana Wyrm, I need fuel for the Flame Waker. I need ways to clear his board. So holding back there, I think, was a good call. And well, we're about to see why. See, there's a secret, there's a juggler. Okay, so maybe I just trade into the juggler to begin with. Or do I go face to see what that secret is? It's probably explosive trap, right? Or he's just played a juggler, so it's probably snake trap. I mean, this is a highly suspicious play. Secret and a juggler together. No, we test for explosive. Face hunters usually play explosive trap. It's not. It's snake trap. Unbelievable. Okay. Right, so I guess here we... well, gosh, we're going to have to kill that juggler at some point, aren't we? So let's just do this. Yes, yes. Okay, we can ping. That's fine. We're saving Mirror Image for the Flame Waker. On turn 7, we can Mirror Entity and Mirror Image with the Flame Waker. That's pretty strong. Or maybe we don't want to wait. We'll see. No, we're not going to wait. Okay, going face. Really? Really? Okay. You're leaving a Mana Wyrm alive. Oh dear. Alright, Flame Waker time. Is it? Do we ping first? Because we're going to ping anyway, right? Yeah, no. We save the Flame Waker. This is stronger. We buff the Mana Wyrms. We get a Mirror Entity in play, which is good, because if it's Hybrid Hunter, this is the high main turn, so we're playing around the high main. Alternatively, if he gets a Wolf Rider or an Arcane Golem, we get a copy of one of those, which is really, really good too. I think at this stage in the game, Mirror Entity is better than the Flame Waker. So we get an owl. Hey, it's a minion, right? It's a minion. It's going to help us. And he has Unleash. Okay, sure, whatever. And are you going to go face? No, oh look, he's actually trading now. He loses his weapon. Okay, we can now trigger. We could consider triggering the Snake Trap here. Or we could ponder lethal. No, not quite. Okay, I serve the Fire Lord. Now, where will the juggles go? Okay. Okay. Right. Bit of bad luck there. The Hound was left alive. We are vulnerable to Kill Command, but we have 19 health and 2 taunts in play, and we know that's Snake Trap. So we can ignore the Hound for now. Kill Command would do nothing here. I mean, it's turn 7. What's it going to do? Kill Command, play a Beast? Well, that's not particularly strong. We have lethal next turn, because we have a Fireball in hand. He doesn't know what to target. So we've just used Mana Wyrms here to dominate this Face Hunter, and you know what? It's the best feeling in the world. Anyway, this game's over. Oh, it's over. Yeah, double Fireball to the face. Huh? We win. The most satisfying feeling in the world of beating a Face Hunter. Thanks very much for joining me, everyone. It's been an awful lot of fun. Do check out my YouTube channel. There are other videos on there, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.